Passing your theory test is an essential milestone to becoming a fully licensed driver, but with the right revision techniques, the test does not have to be as daunting. Why is theory test revision important? In the UK theory test, it assesses your knowledge of traffic signs, road rules, and safe driving principles. If you don't revise properly, you risk missing important information that could be the difference between passing and failing. By revising, it ensures you understand road signs and regulations. You also develop hazard perception skills. This is part of the test that ensures you can identify and respond to hazards on the road. And finally, it can help to boost your confidence. Through revision, you can feel more prepared and potentially less anxious at the idea of the theory test. So, what do you need to revise? When revising for the theory test, it's important to cover all areas that could come up. Pass mark for the multiple choice questions is 43 out of 50 questions. For the hazard perception test, you need to score at least 44 out of 75. So here's a breakdown of all the key topics that you will need to know. Number 1 is rules of the road. This includes general driving rules, speed limits, and the highway code. The next is road signs and road markings. You must be able to recognize and understand various road signs, including warnings, information, and directional signs, as well as road markings and what they mean. The next is hazard perception. This tests your ability to spot potential hazards on the road. You'll watch a series of video clips and you must identify developing hazards to score points. The next is driving attitude. This includes understanding the proper behaviour for driving safely and acting respectfully towards other road users. The next is vehicle handling. This is knowing how to handle a vehicle in various road conditions and weather conditions. The next is the safety of your vehicle. You'll need to know the basics of vehicle safety. And finally, motorway rules. You will need to understand the rules and regulations that you need to know when you are driving on a motorway. What are some different ways to revise? The first option is theory test apps. Using mobile apps designed for theory test revision makes it an easy and interactive way to study. Most apps offer packages that include mock theory tests, highway code, and practice for hazard perception tests. Make sure that you are using an app that is up to date with all of the latest rules and regulations. What are the benefits of using an app? The first is convenience. The ability to study anytime and anywhere makes it the perfect option for busy learners who can't always sit down for dedicated study sessions. You get progress tracking. Apps can track your progress over time, allowing you to focus on areas where you're struggling, which may maximize the effectiveness of your revision. And finally, there's a variety of content. The interactive nature of these apps keeps the content engaging, with quizzes, videos, and instant feedback, making it easier to absorb information. The next option is using the official highway code. The official highway code is an essential resource for revising for your theory test. As the official guide for road users, it covers all the legal rules, regulations, and recommendations you need to know for your test and beyond. Reading through the highway code is crucial for understanding the fundamentals that will come up on your theory test. You can find a hard copy of the highway code or an online version, and you can take notes while you are reading to help you retain information. The highway code is updated regularly, so make sure you are reviewing the latest version. So what are the benefits of reading the highway code? It is an authoritative source. Since it's an official publication from the UK government, you can be certain that all the information is accurate and up to date. It provides comprehensive information. The highway code doesn't just help with theory test, it teaches you the rules that will be vital when you are driving on the road every day. And it is great for in-depth understanding. Reading the full highway code ensures you gain a solid grasp of the rules, not just enough to pass the test, but to become a safer and more informed driver. The next option you have for revision is online practice tests. Mock tests are an effective way to stimulate real test environments and prepare for for the types of questions you'll face. Websites often offer free or subscription-based practice tests. DVSA offer their own mock tests to help you revise, and these practice tests are ideal for measuring your progress and highlighting any weak areas. So what are some benefits of using online practice tests? Firstly, it is a realistic practice. Mock tests are designed to replicate the structure and format of the actual test, making it feel more comfortable when the big day arrives. You can do timed sessions. Most practice tests are timed, which allows you to get used to answering questions under pressure, mimicking the real test environment. And finally, you get immediate feedback. After completing the mock test, you'll receive feedback on your answers, helping you quickly identify any knowledge gaps. The next option you have is hazard perception videos. The hazard perception section of the theory test involves watching videos that simulate real-life driving scenarios, and your task is to click when you spot a developing hazard. You can find these videos on theory test websites, apps, or even on platforms like YouTube. So what are the benefits of watching hazard perception videos? Firstly, it improves your reaction time. The more you practice, the quicker you'll get at identifying hazards. Next, it will help to build your confidence. As you get better at recognizing hazards during practice, your confidence will grow, making the test feel less intimidating. And finally, it's a lifelong skill. A hazard perception skill you develop will be invaluable throughout your driving career. It will help you to stay safe on the road and pay more attention. The next option you have for revising is studying with friends or family. Studying with friends or family can be a fun way to learn. You can quiz each other, chat about topics, and share tips for revising. This works well if you like talking things through or find that explaining something to others helps it stick in your mind. You can meet up with a person or even start a group chat where you can share questions or ideas. So what are the benefits of revising with other people? The first is collaborative learning. Studying with friends or family lets you share ideas and explain things to each other, which can make hard topics easier to understand. It might help with your motivation. Working together keeps you motivated, as friends and family can keep you accountable and on track with your revision. And finally, it can help to boost your understanding. Talking about theory topics with others can help to clear up anything that's confusing when you're studying on your own. The next option you have is flashcards. Flashcards can help with memorizing key facts like road signs, speed limits, or stopping distances. You can create your own flashcards or buy pre-made sets available online. So what are the benefits of using flashcards? Firstly, they are highly portable. You can take them anywhere, which makes it easy to revise when you are on the go or only have a spare few minutes. They are active learning. Flashcards encourage you to actively recall information rather than passively reading, which can lead to better long-term retention. They are customizable. Creating your own flashcards lets you focus on specific areas you need to improve, ensuring that your revision is targeted to what you need. The next option you have is video tutorials. For visual learners, video tutorials can be good at explaining complex concepts in an easy-to-understand format. You can find great educational videos on YouTube where people will break down everything from road signs to hazard perception techniques. Make sure you are watching recent videos rather than older videos that may contain outdated content. So what are the benefits of watching videos? Firstly, you have visual learning. Videos are perfect for learners who prefer seeing information explained rather than just reading about it. It is in an engaging format. The dynamic nature of videos keeps things engaging, which is especially helpful if you find it hard to stay focused during traditional study sessions. And finally, it breaks down complex topics. Complicated subjects like hazard perception or interpreting road signs are often easier to understand when presented visually or explained out loud. And finally, you can use driving theory books. There are several comprehensive driving theory books available that cover everything from the highway code to practice questions and hazard perception. Reading from a book as opposed to digital content may help absorb information better without distractions. It gives you the option to take notes, highlight highlight key points, but also remember to use up-to-date versions. So what are the benefits of using books for revision? They offer in-depth revision. Driving theory books offer a deep dive into each topic, offering detailed explanations that go beyond simple question and answer formats. It is an offline option. If you prefer not to rely on screens, books offer valuable offline methods for studying. And finally, end of chapter quizzes. Many theory books include quizzes at the end of the book that allow you to test your knowledge as you progress through the material. So that's all of the revision option you have, but what are some theory test revision tips? Firstly, start early. Don't leave your revision until the last minute. Give yourself enough time to cover all areas thoroughly. Create a study schedule. Break down the topics into manageable chunks and set a revision timeline. Consistent and focused sessions are more effective than cramming everything into one day. Take regular breaks. Your brain needs time to absorb information. Take a short break every hour or so to keep your mind fresh. Use a variety of sources. Different learning tools can help retain different information better. Use a mix of apps, books, and online quizzes to help you test your knowledge. Stay positive. It's natural to feel overwhelmed, but try to stay motivated and keep a positive attitude throughout your revision. You're not going to know everything in your first revision session, so give yourself some patience. Focus on weak areas. Spend more time revising the topics that you are finding difficult to learn. Try and use memory tricks. Make up different rhymes or shortcuts to help you remember tricky information. Revise little and often. Short and frequent sessions may be more effective than long, infrequent ones. Try and simulate real test conditions. When taking mock tests, try to replicate the real test environment by timing yourselves, being in a quiet room, and limiting distractions. And finally, try to stay calm. Stress can impact your ability to recall information, so practice relaxation techniques and help to stay calm during your revision. Revising for your theory test doesn't have to be overwhelming if you approach it with the right mindset and methods. So start early, revise regularly, and build up your knowledge. If you are a learner driver looking for more tips, consider subscribing to see future videos. Thank you for watching and safe driving.